What's up, you guys? I'm here. Funny story about that. I know, my assistant just texted me and she was like, hey, just wanted to remind you, you're supposed to go on. And I was like 30 seconds late. Time management. You're like, what? Is this girl really about to teach about time management? Well, I have a story behind that. I have to do my Zoom calls outside because I tend to get a little fired up, and the kids are doing homeschooling and then going down for a nap. Well, I was preparing out here, I was praying out here, and all my note cards flew away. It was hysterical. It was almost like God was like, don't speak off the note card, speak from your heart. Anyway, so anytime you think that some of us 15 stars have it together, you just think again, okay? Because we are a hot mess just like you. There should be hope right now in your heart. Like, dude, if that girl can do it, I can do it. So anyway, you guys, I'm here. And I'm excited that you're here. You know, I'm excited that we are here together. It's not by accident that we are in this training together. You have to understand that, and you have to believe that. We get to do this. We get to learn from each other. We get to plug into together to take to the next level, to take our life to the next level. And that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about today. Now listen, I could tell you my story. I could go on and on about, you know, if you want something different, you got to do something different. And yes, you better believe I'm going to use that line today. That was a defining moment in my life. But I want you to push the believe button today. You know, we have the believe button. You know, the same believe button our toddlers hit when they take that first step, when they start to walk, that believe button. The believe button that if they fall, they have the power to stand back up. You have to push that believe button. No one can push it for you. All right? So I'm not going to tell you my story. I'm not going to go into all that. I'm just going to ask you to push the I believe button today. Because we're going to get real. And we're going to have to build a foundation, which these coaches, I mean, this training, you guys, that you have already had, you're already 10 days into, holy cow, man, it's worth thousands, hundreds of thousands, in my opinion, and we get to dig in for free together, but that requires you to be extra diligent. That requires you to push the I believe button. So I challenge you to lean in, to get serious, to get excited about what is in front of you. Your life is about to change. It doesn't matter how I changed my life. It doesn't matter what my vision is. It matters what your vision is. It matters where you want to go. Not where I want to go, not where your upline wants you to go. Where do you want to go? And we have to start there. Now, we already had that covered, but I have to go back and cover it because time management doesn't mean squat if you don't know where you're going. Because when we don't have a vision, you guys know a man without a vision will perish. That's flipping biblical. That's a law. I wish I could wipe it out, but I can't. So you have to get your vision. You have to. It is that vision that is going to direct you. It is that vision that's going to cause you to make the hard decisions that I'm going to ask you to make today. The same decisions that I had to make 7 years ago when my husband deployed for the first time. When I looked at my son that stood there and saluted his dad as he taxied away to fly off to war. That same decision, I had to make a decision. It was in that moment, boom, that I knew what I didn't want. You might be thinking, I don't know exactly what I want. See, I did this we were reading Energy Bus for homeschooling. They have an Energy Bus for kids, and that's what we just got doing. I just got done doing that with my 6-year-old and my 10-year-old, and we were talking about vision, and they had to write down their vision, they had to write down their goals, you know what I mean? And it's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard. I said, close your eyes. And they're like, why, Mom? I might fall asleep. Some of you moms are like, no, I can't close my eyes. I seriously might fall asleep. But I said, no, what is exploding in your heart? See, what exploded in my heart on that day 7 years ago. Come here. I'm losing track of time. Anyway, what exploded in my heart is I knew what I didn't want. I had reached my pain point. I knew what I didn't want. Okay? And so you have to be at that point where you're willing to make changes. Do people make money with Beachbody? Yes? Yes. Do moms, do stay-at-home moms that don't have networks, that aren't all up at, involved in everything and have people that they see all day that just change diapers and feed them all day. Do they make money with Beachbody? Yes. Do full-time working moms that have all kinds of crap on their plate. They got to go to soccer and football and dance, and they work a full-time job, and they got to work out. Do they make money with Beachbody? Hell yes. Some of them are your upline. So that's yes. Do men make money with Beachbody? Yes. Yes. sitting down, if you're driving, don't draw a circle. That just ticks me off when I see people texting and drawing and writing when they're driving. But if you're sitting down, draw a circle for me. Draw a circle. We're going to build this foundation. I promise we're going to take it to the next level. Okay? Draw your circle. We all live in the U.S. Thank God. If any of you have ever been on a mission trip, you know what I'm talking about. Nicaragua, not the same opportunity there. You live in the U.S. This amazing country was created for you to create. It's what the foundation of it. We're all here. We all have Beachbody. We all have the same amazing products, the same amazing Shakeology, the same whole line of products, workouts, everything. We all have access to that. And we all have access to training, a lot of training. And now this training, which is by far the best training I have ever seen, hands down. So we all have that. We all have 24 hours in a day. I did not trick it to find 26. Janelle Summers did not trick it to find 30. And Lindsay Matway did not trick it to find 40. Might look like it, but she did not. Okay, we all have 24 hours in a day. The last piece of the pie that is success is you. That determines success is you. So why are some people thriving in everything? Why are some people thriving? Have you ever met someone that everything they touch like flipping turns to gold? Everything. It's like their marriage is thriving, their kids are thriving, their fitness is thriving, their business is thriving. Everything's thriving. Why are some not thriving in this business? Well, let's talk about that for a second because we got to get this on the table before we really commit to time management because it's going to take diligence when I share with you what you're going to need to do. But if you follow, if you push the believe button, if you lean in and take the coaching, it will change everything. I know that. I've lived it and I've taught it. So take the coaching. You ready? Why are some people not successful or not succeeding? They're not thriving. They're not committed. Easily distracted. They get discouraged. Been there. Instant gratification. This society has created that. Unfortunately, the whole microwave effect. Afraid to fail. Overthink it. Other people's agendas. They let their emotion drive their energy bus. You know, me and Griffin talked about that today. If he only goes out and practice soccer, I don't know if you can see his little cone set up there. If he only goes out and practices soccer when he feels like it, he will never reach his vision that he has for soccer, for playing select and playing in high school and then college and then professional. Do you see what I'm saying? Some of you might be like, how many kids really play professional soccer? You know, that went through some of your guys' minds because your parents did that to you. He told me he wanted to play professional soccer. It's on, dude. And I'm going to tell you how to get there. I'm going to tell you how to control your mind. I'm going to tell you how to manage your time so that you get there. And wherever your vision is, whatever's important to you, wherever you want to go, I can teach you the same flipping strategies to get there. But you have to take the coaching. Just like I told Griffin. Griffin, you can roll your eyes at me. You can walk away. You cannot practice it. That's up to you. I can only give. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. So, why are some people thriving? Why are some people thriving? They have a vision. And we talked about this. A man without a vision will perish. What are you fighting for? You have to understand that every single decision you make either moves you towards that vision or away from that vision. Every single decision. Every single decision. What's your vision? Have you gone below the surface? If you're trying to lose weight, is it for a number on the scale? Because guess what? I've tried that. When I lay down at night, when the snooze goes off, if I open my eyes and it's for a number on the scale, snooze, good night. Right back. I'm not willing to fight for a number on the scale, but once I went way beyond the surface, where it almost brought me to tears, like I wanted to break that generational curse so bad of yo-yo dieting and not feeling comfortable in your skin and second-guessing yourself and not feeling worthy, I was not about to pass that on to that little girl. Once I went there, boom, boom, I'm up. Alarm goes off at 5, I'm up. Alarm went off at 4:30 when Chad was deployed, I'm up. I'm up, I'm up, I'm up. Shalene Johnson teaches that, doesn't she? It's ingrained in me. Okay? So it all comes from your vision. All of it. Every decision that you make, you have to understand, you have to have a vision. You have to have a vision for your business. You have to have a vision for your fitness. You have to have a vision for your marriage. You have to have a vision for your finances. You have to know where you're going. You have to. If you don't, it's like going out to a shooting range, going like this. Can you imagine? If I got my gun and I went out here and shot, do you think I would ever hit I wouldn't even hit the target, let alone the bullseye. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's like. You don't even know what you're aiming at. Right? So that is the first and foremost place that you have to start. You have to know what you're fighting for. And you have to be willing to fight because you better believe it's going to be a fight. You want to know why? Because there's an enemy, boom, that's trying to knock you down every single day. You better believe it. Because this business is amazing. It's a vehicle to serve other people, to free people from bondage, financial bondage, bondage in spirit, emotional bondage, heal marriages, pay off debt, all of that kind of stuff. Does the enemy want you to do that? Hell no, he doesn't want you to do that. So it's going to be a fight. But you were created for a moment, for a time such as this. You have to believe that. And I don't believe that you've fallen out of love with this business, or if you're struggling in your marriage, you haven't fallen out of love with him or her. And if you're struggling in your fitness, I don't believe it's because you don't love yourself. I believe that you've fallen out of focus. You've fallen out of focus. We can control focus. We can control focus. Write that down. We can control focus. I'm so passionate, obviously, about this topic because I'm sweating. Because all in does not mean all day. Write that down. All in does not mean all day. You get to write your story. As soon as you realize you have the power, just like I told Griffin, you have the power. You drive your energy bus. You get behind the wheel. Don't wait for me to drive your energy bus. Don't wait for your upline to drive your energy bus, or your spouse to drive your energy bus, or your downline to drive your energy bus. You get behind the wheel. You get to write your story. You just haven't picked up your pen yet. I've been there. 7 years ago, I hadn't picked up my pen. I was waiting for Chad to redirect. We were headed to a freaking cliff, y'all. We were. And I was waiting for him to fix it, my in-laws to fix it, my parents to fix it. Somebody fix it. Gosh, if he would have went into commercial airlines instead of the military where they pay you nothing, we wouldn't be struggling financially. Bull crap. We would have spent all of that too. If we had it, we were going to spend it. We would have got nicer cars. We would have got a bigger house. We would have went on more vacations. Bull crap. I wasn't driving my energy bus. I was waiting for someone else to drive it, or I was letting other people drive it. But you get to write your story today if you decide to pick up your pen and you decide to write it. How do you become good at something? Consistency. That's it. I told Griffin that today. If you want to be a good soccer player, you just have to consistently practice. When I played softball in college, it was just cut after cut after cut. It wasn't sexy. It wasn't fancy. There was no one watching me. It was dark outside. It was cold in Cleveland. It was snowing all the time. Cut after cut after cut. And that's what it might feel like sometimes in this business. And then one day you stop getting up to take your cuts. You think it doesn't matter. You stop picking up your pen. You stop taking ownership. And you feel like you fell out of love with that. Or you feel like you've lost your passion for this business when all you did was lose your focus. And we can fix that. See, a lot of times we put it in we blame it on God. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. No. Or we give the devil way too much credit. We blame it on him, right? When really, he's just waiting for us to pick up our pen and prioritize. To do our part and to control that. So let's jump into this stuff. The best advice I was ever given was not ever. I've been given a lot of really good advice. But some of the best advice I've ever been given was from Tracy Morrow. Amazing, amazing example of leadership, of grace, of unconditional love, of faith. Just an amazing person to follow. And she said, if you want to be a 15-star diamond coach. Now, necessarily at the time, my 15-star, I didn't even understand what that meant. I just needed to make a certain income so that my vision was so Chad could walk away from the military and do something that brought him home close. Not necessarily to retire him. He likes to work, likes to get his hand. I don't want him to get stagnant. A man without a vision will perish. The last thing I want to do is perish my husband. And so I want to give him the opportunity to do something else, to be more present with his for sures. That was my vision, right? That wasn't attached to a rank. I didn't understand that. I know I could get there in less than 15-star, right? But she said, if you want that, you have to act that way. You have to act that way. You have to prioritize your life. You have to decide what's important. So that's what we're going to do today. Here we go. You're like, oh, finally, she's going to talk about her topic. Here we go. Yep, here we go. Finally, we're about to dig in, okay? And it's good. You might be like, wait a second. This is so elementary. It is. I just taught it to my kids. But sometimes we lose focus, and I might have been placed in your life just to help you refocus. So take the coaching, push the I believe button, roll up your sleeves, and let's go. Ready? What are your 5 priorities? You can't be everything to everyone. Where are my people pleasers? Been there, done that. You know what I mean? Like you're afraid to tell people no because you're afraid they won't like you anymore, and you're like your acceptance in this world is based on everybody else. Boom. No, man, you'll be chasing your tail. It's never enough. They'll want more. Someone will want more and more and more. You write your story. You drive your energy bus. What are they? Come on, start typing them underneath. What explodes in your heart right now? What are your top 5 priorities in life? You can't. Listen, some of you guys are doing this. Some of you guys start spinning this plate, okay? And then you get this plate going, and then you get this plate going, and this plate, and you got 9 plates spinning, and before you know it, you look over here at this Beachbody plate, and you're like, crap, boom, 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 boom. And then you look at the mom plate, and then you look at the full-time plate, and the PTO plate, and the soccer coach plate, and the wife plate, and they're all wobbling. Any of you guys feel that way? I know I'm speaking to someone because that message was placed on my heart today. I know someone is feeling that way. You're spinning too many plates. You're not meant to do everything. You're not meant to be everything for everyone. You have to identify your priorities. Thank God Chalene Johnson taught that to me in her 30-day push 7 years ago. And thank God that was reinforced by Danny Johnson for 7 straight years, keeping me in check because I'm human. You're human. We get pulled certain directions in leadership, in life, different seasons of life. You have to continually self-evaluate, and you have to make sure your calendar matches up with your priorities. So what are they? I have a secret. I'm out of breath. I need to work out more, apparently. I got a secret for you guys, and I know some of you guys are dealing with this right now. How many of you struggle with your spousal support? How many of you are like, man, I'd give anything for my spouse to support me in all this? Stop making your spouse feel like you're cheating on him or her. Stop making him or her feel like that this business is the mistress. Or what do you call it when it's a guy? You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure your priorities line up. I'm telling you what, if your spouse is up there in the order that he or she should be, he'll support you. Or she. Promise, I lived it. I know it for a fact. If you find out what his needs are, if you text him or her right now and you say, hey, babe, I want to know how I can serve you better today. You're like, serve? I ain't serving no one. Oh, get off that. Get off the same trip that I was on 7 years ago. Get off that trip, man. Why can't we serve our spouse? Why wouldn't we? We said I do. He was nice. He or she, if you're female, he was nice enough to say, hey, you can have my name. You can wear it on the end of your last name. You know what I mean? Like, that's a pretty damn good deal, right? I'm proud to be a Tucker. He gave me his last name. Like, he said, hey, Summer, you take my last name? I was, sure, yes, absolutely. And I will represent that name like you wouldn't believe for the rest of my life, right? That is the commitment I made, right? Right? So ask him, how can I help you? How can I make your day better? How can I make your day better? What are your pet peeves? I want to make sure that I'm not doing those so that you feel at rest and comfortable and honored in your home. Can you imagine if you did that? I'm telling you, some of you guys are being like, you guys already shut me off. You're like, girl lost me. I didn't think we're coming to talk about marriage. It's all part of your 5 priorities. And if you're not married yet, I wish I would have had these skills before I got married. Absolutely. So, what are your 5 priorities? There's not a lack of time. There's a lack of focus. So let me share mine with you just to give you an idea, but mine do not have to be yours, okay? They just have to be important to you, and then you have to have the courage, the diligence to look at your calendar and honestly make it represent your priorities. A lot of us say that our spouse is our priority, but we haven't had sex with them in a week. Yeah, I said it. Or a month, right? Then he's not a priority, because I'm sorry, like, when you say I do, it wasn't I do, I promise to be your roommate. Right? Right? So what does your calendar look like? Our team, we schedule that crap in. Get done, man. Remove the emotion. Problems are just tasks with emotion attached. Remove the emotion, make it a task, make it happen. You know, once you get into it, it's like a workout. 5 minutes into it, you're like dreading it, and then all of a sudden you're in it, your heart's racing, it's like, bam, you're hanging from the chandelier. Seriously, you know it, like a workout. Give it the 5-minute rule. Okay, so my priorities are 1, God. That was a huge, like, boom, like I feel like God was like, bam, he headbutted me. I said that, I looked at my calendar, and he didn't even exist. You know what I mean? Like I had to reorganize everything. You know what I'm saying? And then it's my husband. It's not my kids. Next, yeah, I lived in a household that did that. I knew I wasn't about to repeat what I lived through. So my husband came next, and then my kids, right? Then my kids, then work, Beachbody, and then I have room for 1 more. See, you have room for 1 more. You don't have room for 10 more. Okay? So my next one is serving the extreme poor, right? That's my 5th priority, and it makes my calendar every single week, whether I'm making headbands to raise money, or I'm planning a trip, or I'm talking on it, or whatnot. Do you see what I'm saying? My calendar reflects it. Okay, so you got your 5 priorities, okay? I'm going to give you action steps. You identify your 5 priorities. What are they? They just have to be important to you. They really have to be important to you, okay? What are your for sure's? Come on now, where are my Michelle Myers fans? What are your for sure's? Make sure they make your calendar. And then after you have your 5, okay, notice that it's in order, right? God, Chad, my kids, Beachbody, Nicaragua. See, Nicaragua, some of my pearls sitting on here, I'm like, wait a second, she seriously puts Beachbody before serving the poor? Yeah, because if I don't make money, I can't serve the poor. I can't give them what they need. I can go pray for them, absolutely, but I got to pay for my trip. I'm not going to go out there and ask somebody to pay for my trip to go down there and serve. You see what I'm saying? I got to raise my own money. I got to be able to pay for it. I got to build houses for them. I got to build chicken coops for them. I got to bring business trading to them. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why it's in that order, but it's got to be in order. And then your schedule has to reflect it. So once you have your 5 priorities, next thing, what are the 3 to 5 things that satisfy and make those priorities rock? I mean, like freaking thrive. Think about it. Think about it. When it comes to your relationship with your spouse, what would make it rock? I know what makes ours rock. Literally. You know, and it's not me, it's his need. Do you know what I mean? And since I said I do to his needs. You know what I mean? And not that I don't like it, I'm not saying that. But so I know that has to show up. Date night, without phones, without the kids, without other couples, just me and Chad staring into each other's eyes, which I didn't like to do about 3 years ago when he came back from his 2nd deployment. So some of you are thinking, she doesn't get me, she doesn't understand. Yes, I do. I hate to admit it, but I contemplated divorce. I thought, man, if this is what he's going to look like for the rest of his life, like, oh my God, like I can't keep going this direction. I can't keep doing this until I realized, what are you doing, Sommer? Where is your focus? Have you lost your focus while he was gone? And I had to fix my actions. Everything that we do is 100% zero. Marriage is 100% zero. Beachbody is 100% zero. You know, it's not like I'm going to start really getting consistent with inviting and showing up for national wake-up calls or going to training events or summit or Danny Johnson or whatever floats your boat, whatever inspires you, whatever ignites that fire. I'll start doing that when I start making money. That's like saying, you know what? I'm going to put wood in the fire when it produces a fire. You know what I mean? Or it's like saying, you know what? I'll start making date night a priority and I'll start, getting all crazy in bed when he starts doing something for me. That's like saying, I'll put wood in the fire. Like, can you imagine, we're going to do a bonfire and roast marshmallows with the kids and some neighbors tonight. Can you imagine if I stood there and they're like, well, Sommer, are you going to put the wood in? Yeah. As soon as that freaking thing gives me fire, I'm going to put the wood in. That sounds ridiculous, right? Well, the same thing goes for this. So we can only control our actions. You know how exciting that is? Flipping exciting, because back 7 years ago, I felt hopeless. I felt lost. I felt like there was no way out. Like I was stuck. until I saw that quote that said, if you want something different, you have to do something different. You, Summer, I had seen that quote a million times. You, me, I had to do something different. I had to change how I prioritize my time. I had to change what time I woke up. Not Chad, not the kids. Me, I had to change what I did during nap time. I had to change what I did at night. Me. That was so enlightening to me. I don't have to wait for someone else to do it. I know that I was created for a time such as this. I know that I'm wonderfully made, and so are you. So I got this. You have to say that. I got this. I got this. Say it. I got this. So once you identify, I am really sweating. I don't think I need to work out today. Once you have your 5 priorities and you have your 3 to 5 things that fill it, now the next thing you do, you ready? Next thing you do, you get diligent. Okay, that might take you some time. I challenge you to curl up tonight. Some of you guys are like, well, this is like overload. I've never even considered this. I get it. Been there. I challenge you tonight to curl up with a hot cup of tea or glass of wine, maybe, if you're not on the reset or something, or if it fits in your little container. You know, curl up with your glass of wine, your most comfy pajamas. Don't turn on the television. Don't go to your computer. Don't go to Facebook. Get a journal and write this stuff down. I'll give you something to print off that you can use that will guide you. And sit down and close your eyes. What is important to you in life? Why? What are the 5 things? Close your eyes. Come on, man. On your deathbed, when you're laying there, are you going to say, man, I wish I would have went to more PTO meetings? Man, I wish I would have watched more kids for everybody. Man, I wish I would have cooked more cookies for everybody. More cupcakes. I always tell my team, buy the damn cupcakes. Stop trying to impress all the parents. Stop keeping up with the Mom Joneses. Curl up with your cup of coffee or tea and you're comfy, and get comfy. Turn on some music that inspires you. You know what I mean? Like, enjoy your life. Enjoy it. And write down, like, wow, what do I want my life to look like? What are my priorities? What should make my calendar? And then what am I going to do to make those priorities thrive? You know what? For Beachbody, it's not complicated. It is a simple business. It is easy. And that's the problem. It is just as easy not to do. It's not sexy. It's not fancy. It's simple. Simple, but it has to make your calendar. If you're going to have any impact with this business, with this vessel, with this gift, with this blessing that was handed to you on a platter, if you're going to have any impact with it, if you're going to make any money with it, whether you want to do it so that you loosen the debt noose on your neck, or whether you're building a recovery center, or you're helping Nicaragua, or you're helping your parents, or whether you want to give your husband a chance to step away from a second job, or maybe you want to be home for the kids, whatever it is, whatever ignites your fire, whatever your vision is, whatever excites your heart, this has to make your calendar to create it. To create it, period. End of story. So this is what I do. Here's the rest of your action steps, and then I'm going to let you guys go, because I don't even know how long I've been on here because I can't see it. The last step is you have to be diligent. Have you guys ever heard this? The plans of the diligent surely lead to advantage, but anyone who is hasty comes surely to poverty. Have y'all ever heard that before? Don't hang up on me, because you're like, damn, I don't want to be crap. Diligent. Diligent is a muscle that just has to be exercised. It's like saying, it's like if you want your bicep to grow, guess what? It's a muscle that has to be exercised. Your diligence has to be exercised just every single day. And it's not willpower, it's why power. Remember what I started with? Why power. It's not willpower. It's not that you're lacking willpower. It's not that I was born with more willpower, or Lindsay, or Anita, or Bonnie, or Megan, or any of the people in here. It's not that we were born with more willpower. We found some why power. We found some why power. So on Sundays, because I have a why, okay, your why can change, right? Chad is home. He started a real estate investing business. You know what I mean? I have a why power. Why am I still doing this? Why am I still here? Why am I still training you guys? Why do I still show up with my team every day? Because I have a why. I want to donate $500,000 to Nicaragua. That's my why. And that doesn't have to be yours, but I'm showing my gym right now. That is my why. That I get up. I want my kids to step foot over there. I don't want them to feel entitled. That's my why. I want them to step over there and see how blessed they are. I want them to serve them. I want them to rub their feet. I want them to bring them bananas. I want them to help the kids get dressed. I want them to read to them. I want them to teach them business. That's my why. That's why I'm still here. And that's why every Sunday I still plan. I look at my week. Listen, you guys are good. You guys are good. Say that with me. I am good. You're here. You're consistent. Somebody believes in you. Your upline invited you. You are good. You are worthy. They put you in here. Say that. I am good. How do you become great? You humble yourself. You humble yourself to make adjustments. You say, damn, I screwed that up. I need to adjust. Dang it, I haven't been putting my spouse before my business. Dang it, I've been putting my work before my kids. Crap. That's how you become great. And you are meant to be great. So every Sunday, Chad and I sit down, and believe me, he didn't always sit down with me. He thought it was stupid, okay? So let's not even go into that excuse. Okay, so every Sunday we sit down and I look at what my calendar looked like. Where did my time go? What was I doing? Does it align with my priorities? Did I move my business forward for my why? If my team did what I did during my hours, would they succeed? I have to ask myself that. And I evaluate these millimeter adjustments that we make every single Sunday are valuable. Because look, remember how I said every single decision you make with this business either moves you towards your business, towards your vision, or away. Every single decision. You're never stagnant. It's the compound effect. It's flipping science. You can't fight it. You're either going up or you're going down and away. You're either going towards your vision every single time when it comes to fitness. Every single decision you make, you're either moving towards your vision. See, my vision for fitness is deep. I told you guys that already. And I know every time I make a decision, is it in a controlled fashion? Does it move me towards my vision? Does it make me a great example for my daughter? You know what I mean? Is it going to create and continue to create a body that I feel like I can hang from a chandelier? Yes, that is part of my vision. Right? When I'm 80, I want to hang from the chandelier. I want to be fit. I got to be strong if I'm going to hang from the chandelier. You know what I mean? I want to still be giving lap dances when I'm 80. I can't have arthritis. You know what I'm saying? It's my vision. And every single decision you make all week long moves you towards or away, towards or away, towards or away. You have control over that. Right? So it doesn't look like it'd be like, you know what? I'm going to use marriage because I love marriage. You know what? Tonight won't matter. It won't hurt anything. If I don't have sex tonight, it won't hurt anything. Okay, cool. Tomorrow, it won't hurt anything. It's not a big deal. It won't hurt anything. Okay, cool. We go 7 days. I'm just too tired. It just won't hurt anything. Remember, diligence is a muscle, right? So it won't hurt anything. It's no big deal. It won't hurt anything. 1 month, it's starting to hurt something. 2 months, hurting. 6 months, crap. A year, there's a huge old wedge between you. The enemy got you, tricked you, didn't he? See what I'm saying? Same thing with our business. It might look like I didn't send out an invite today. I didn't make any connections today. It won't hurt anything. Did you see my Success Club points were still 10? See, I didn't even invite this month. Still 10. Still 10. But it doesn't look like anything's happening. I didn't show up today. I'll skip this national wake-up call. I won't listen to this team recording. I won't do this. It doesn't look like anything's happening. It's fine. See, still Success Club 10. Still Success Club 10. And then before you know it, you're like, why isn't my volume growing? Crap. Like that millimeter, you were going this direction, it's just a millimeter. You want to know why? Because your team duplicates you. So you go this direction, before you know it, you're out here and your team followed you. They're not on the national wake-up call. They're not going to Summit. They're not investing in themselves. They're not making time on their calendar. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? It's these millimeter adjustments. This is how you become great. You recognize that and you adjust, just like Chad when he was flying in war. If he didn't look down continuously and check his instruments, he could end up in Pakistan. Y'all know what happens in Pakistan? I mean, if he did that for too long and he just laughed, and this is so fun, because because there was 4 guys in his jet. This is fun, and they do fun and play jokes on each other and all that. And if Chad as the pilot, everybody else is just the nav. If Chad on the pilot, he doesn't look down and he's having a great time, like some of us, Chad ends up in Pakistan. What happened in Pakistan? It's shut down. He didn't lose his passion for his mission. Chad didn't lose his passion for protecting this country. He lost his focus. We have to look down. We have to see what we're doing. We have to make the millimeter adjustments, just like Chad's plane will naturally go that way. He has to correct, to get to where he's supposed to be. His vision. You have a vision. You have to correct. You have to, and that makes you great. So once you say it with me, I am great. My vision is worth fighting for. I am great. I have time. Repeat after me. Some people are like, I still don't have time. Yes, you do. I have time. Why do we scroll Facebook aimlessly? Say it with me. Because I have time. Why do I make cupcakes for school? Say it with me. Because I have time. Why do I go and get a coffee and spend way too much at Target when all I went for was a sponge? Say it with me. I have time. I have time. I have time. That's why. We have time. It's just what are you doing with your time? So it's intentionally schedule your priorities. First, get yourself a planner. I use PlannerPad, plannerpad.com. You know what I mean? And I put my for sure's down. When's date night going to be? What nights am I going to have sex? Yep, I plan it on there. I have to. I'll forget. I'll forget. I'll get tired. I'm busy. I homeschool, run a business. You know what I mean? Play soccer, all kinds of stuff. So, I have to put it down. I have to schedule it. I have to schedule date night. And I have to schedule this business. Not like ask my team. If I'm in work mode, they cannot call me. And they know it. They know I won't answer their text. My mom knows I won't answer her text. Chad knows I won't answer his text. If I'm working, I'm working. And this business and my vision deserves that kind of focus. And I communicate that. Why do I do that on Sundays? Because Chad knows. Chad needs to know. He deserves to know when I am going to work. When I am going to be consistent. When I'm going to do it so he can schedule around that and do what he wants to do. Does that make sense? Communication is key. Communication is key. So after I get all my big stuff down, which is, my devotional time, Chad time, kids, they don't need me all day. They just need me a little bit to read a book, play some trains, play soccer. They don't need me hovering on top of them, right? Okay, and then I move down to Beachbody. When is that going to be? When are my team calls? When's the national wake-up call? When am I going to do my phase 1? She talked about this. Stay in phase 1. Stop managing. Get in phase 1. Do that first. You're connecting. You're inviting. First and foremost. Period. End of story. And then if you get to the rest, great. But that stuff has to happen. That's what moves our business forward. And then we brain dump. What else has to be done this week? Do you have a dentist appointment? Do you need to move your dentist appointment? Because you have to work at that time. I've done it before. I've moved my kids' doctor's appointments. Oh crap, I'm supposed to work at that time. There is a team call. Do you know what I mean? I'm known to do that. It's work. It's the same way my mother-in-law, she's high up on the corporate ladder. She goes to work. Because she has a vision. Do you have a vision? What can be removed? The last thing is we look at our schedule. What can be removed right now? What isn't a priority? What shouldn't be on your schedule for this season? For right now? Would you guys know I used to teach fitness classes? My favorite thing to do. I love it. Obviously, I like to get in people's face, fire them up, empower them, cheer them on, right? But for a season, when Chad was deployed, it had to go for a season. I'll get back to it. I have no doubt. And I do it on videos now. So, just give us for a season. For a season, this season, because Chad has priorities, he can't coach soccer yet. Next season, it's just for a season. It's not never. It's just for a season. So what needs to be removed? Are you watching Grey's Anatomy? Are you going out on every Thursday for drinks after work when you could sit in the parking lot and work before you went home? Could you? How bad do you want it? Of course you could. I know stories like that. Of course you could. What needs to be removed? It's completely up to you guys. Every week, without fail, this is what I've done. And when I get unbalanced, I work 30 hours a week. Yes, you heard that right. I did not say 100. I did not say when I get unbalanced, I work 80. I said when I'm unbalanced, I work 30, 35 when I get really unbalanced. That hasn't been that way for a long time. That was the last deployment, and I worked to try to cover up the hurt with Chad. Okay, that's a whole nother story. So do you see what I'm saying? That's unbalanced for me. Chad always jokes. He's like, Summer, you need to write a book called The Mom Cracks Millionaire. Because it can be done in the mom cracks if you do it right. If you stop trying to be everything for everybody. If you stop trying to be a people pleaser. Be a people lover. You weren't called to be a people pleaser. You were called to be a people lover. And you have for sures. Those are your priorities. He gave them to you. And he gave you this business. See, when I woke up one day and walked down the stairs, he popped out that verse in front of me. Not that quote. Wake up! You've been praying for a way out? I gave it to you. Boom! That's how he's like, dude! That's how me and him talk. Dude, wake up! Be diligent with what I've given you. So that's what I'm going to ask you guys today. Be diligent with what you have been given. Prosper where you're planted. If you want more time, some of you guys are asking for more time with your family, more time on vacation. If you want more time, you have to be faithful with the time that you have. If you want more people in your team, you have to be faithful with the people that you have. You have to speak life over them. You have to organize your schedule to honor them. Does that make sense? All right, you guys, I don't even know how much time I've been on here, but it's probably way too long. So you guys, that's all I got for you today. I'm more than willing to answer questions, in the group and stuff. I will give the link to the tools that Chad and I use so that you can thrive. You are meant to thrive. You are meant to be focused. He wants you to focus. He wants you to, he has plans to there are plans to prosper you. I promise you that. It's not meant for some and not meant for you. You are wonderfully made with a calling on your life, created for a time such as this. As soon as you wrap your brain around that, it's go time. Dude, I'm here for that. Let's do this. You know what I mean? When you get that focused, that passionate, you don't need anybody to push you because your vision pulls you. Your vision pulls you. And you have to make hard decisions sometimes. But that's because you have a vision. And your vision is worth fighting for. I promise you that. You're here for a reason. We're on here together for a reason. Let's push the I believe button, take the coaching, lean in, and let's drive our energy bus towards our vision. You're meant to thrive. We're all going to help you get there. Just hang with us, take the coaching. Let's do this. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.